Good evening, everyone. This is Ruth. Shikalon Babies coming on. You got y'all nephew here, Jalen, Jaja. Um, just giving him some milk. I wanted to come on earlier, but I wasn't feeling well. I just all of a sudden got nauseous. Um, then the power went off. Yeah, we had another power outage again. But this time, it only stayed off for like 55 minutes or so. Yeah, so it wasn't long like, last Sunday. It stayed off for 10 hours. And I mistakenly said it came back on, 10:15? It was actually 11. It was after 11 o'clock when the power actually came on. So anyway, hold on. Turn this down. I do have the TV on. And y'all notice I'm in the nursery. Yeah, I just came. Had the bed turned the other way. Yeah, I'm in the bed because I was actually doing my Bible lesson because I record the lesson because it's better for me when I get home. I can listen to it and write it. Excuse me, write it out like that. But I just wanted to come on and yeah, I'm still trying to feel better, y'all. And thank y'all so much for the birthday shout out. I really enjoyed my birthday, y'all. We got home so late. Oh wow. It was like 1 o'clock or so before we got to bed. And we had to be in church that morning. So anyway, but we had a beautiful time though. I truly thank God and live to see another birthday. I wanted to come and change Jalen into some sleeper, but usually I just have him in onesie cause it's so it's been hot, and lately we've been getting a lot of rain, y'all, in our area. So that's why I think we've been having the little power outage as well. And let me sure he all right. Um, what I was gonna say? When we hear the thunder and lightning, and what we do, we go ahead and unplug our internet. Cause I don't. Cause last time, a while back, that happened. Lightning, thunder, it blew out the box and everything. So we had to end up getting, you know, new router and stuff like that. So now, like, if we hear it, we automatic unplug everything, TV and all. So then I kept getting notification when it's gonna be restored, and it wasn't really with the cable company. It was actually with the power company that we kept losing power. Yeah, and I just thank God it didn't stay off long because I had to we had to replace some of the stuff that we lost in the last time. I had to throw away some stuff, like milk, cheese, and not the cheese, I'm sorry, the eggs, definitely eggs, milk. I had just bought some almond milk, so yeah, I had a lot of stuff. And then, oh wow, I had to throw away some fish. I was so disappointed about that. But anyway, it's all is well. All the laser surgery went well, y'all. Oh wow, I felt that. I really did. They put something in my eyes to keep from feeling anything, but she was running late, and but I felt that, and one of my sisters was telling me I didn't supposed to feel anything when they do that type of surgery. I didn't supposed to feel anything, but I did. I can still feel like a little pressure, I had one of the lamps on, and that bright light really hurted my eyes. Um, so I kind of um, like stayed away from the television for 24 hours, and I just tried to rest. But then I had other things going on too, which I had to go to urgent care. And what I was treating myself with at home, they actually gave me the same medication, but a higher dose. But I do have appointment, so to see my primary doctor. So hopefully they can run tests to see what's actually going on. I don't know, y'all, but anyway, other than that, all is well. Like I said, I just want to come on and change baby boy. But I just rest. I ain't had no choice but to rest. I was feeling so nauseous. I ate some saltine crackers. I've been drinking a lot of water, cranberry juice as well, and just laying here. Cause like I said, my husband, he was so sweet. He came and rubbed my stomach with alcohol. Yeah, I'm a big baby. Yeah, I'm a big baby. But I'm gonna put Jalen in this here. I think I got this. I got it from somebody, or I got it myself. I don't remember, but it's together. It got the bottom. I got to cut this part off. It's a newborn, just one you. Or either it might came from my online sale, y'all. So I ain't gonna take the credit that I got it. I don't remember, but anyway, this what I'm gonna put on Jalen. I don't know if I want to change another baby. Um, Cause I did not. I ain't really want to be on too long. Y'all see baby boy over there in the corner. Zaire. Yeah, what I did, I just brought their whole bed in here with me. Cause like I said earlier, I wanted to do a video, but then I started feeling bad. Before I started feeling bad, I had ended up cooking, and good thing I did, cause the power went out. So I got finished cooking, just in time before the power went out. So anyway, I'm feeding him so he can go ahead and rest of the night. Mhm. Oh, Jalen. I have the TV on too, cause if I'm quiet in between, because I'm watching it on TV. Yeah, I was watching a good movie. I'm trying to get through it, but I kept pausing and actually went and got my shower again, and so I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it. Yeah. So I hope everyone have a beautiful weekend thus far. Um, it's been quiet today. Had a lot of rain. Um, my husband went out a little bit. He just went and back in the car and got some gas. Went and gassed up. So and by the way, happy Mother's Day to everyone. All the reborn moms, the mothers, the stepmoms. If I'm missing anyone, godmothers. Yes, happy Mother's Day to you. And I hope y'all have a wonderful Mother's Day. Um, I think we having something for the mothers. They always do, at church. I asked my husband what he cooking for me. He just looked at me. But I'm doing ribs. It's gonna be in the oven. I'm doing ribs. That's what he wanted. So I had already taken them out and seasoned it. and everything. Okay, this boy, he'll be about finished. Okay, he about done. I'm finished burping. I had 4 ounces in here, so I'm gonna put. Yeah, I had 4 ounces, so he drunk like 2 ounces, and get ready and burp him. I want him spitting up on his clothes. Okay. On his sleepers anyway. He just is sweet. I just love looking at him and Zaire. He over there being patient. Yeah, I stripped him off his clothes. He just got his the little undershirt that I had on his outfit. And you know, when I dressed him in his onesie, I didn't realize he had a bottom to it. It is so nice. I was like, how did I forget his bottom to his top? But anyway, like I say, it be so hot, so it's okay. I think next time I put that on him and make sure I put his bottom on. But he came with some beautiful outfits in his box opening, and I was like, that would have been so cute if I had his bottom on. But I try to keep their stuff together. So, anyway. Yeah, I had one baby left the nursery. Yes, one of the babies left the nursery. It's actually one of my boys. Yeah, left the nursery. Yeah. So he's on his way to his new mom. Yeah, on his way to his new mom. Yeah. And you know what the thing is? Um, what happened with my baby? I didn't even. This was supposed to be a keeper, and actually, it's one of the twins. Yes, it's Dwayne by Claire Taylor. But I had the boy, and I have his sister as well. But what I was doing, I was trying to go over his paint and get like a little darker tone. And my mistake was I shouldn't have. I was applying some satin varnish on him, and somehow it got chalky. And what I should, now that I'm thinking back the mistake that I made, I shouldn't have did the satin varnish. I should have just did his layer and then matted him and left out the satin varnish. That satin varnish actually give like a thick, light texture. But my thing is, I'm applying it too much instead of like doing it real thin layer and not really kind of pouncing it real good. And I couldn't get it off, and I was kind of disappointed cause that's an expensive kit. So, but anyway, I told my husband I was just gonna put him up for adoption, and y'all know I wanted to keep Dwayne, cause that's my boy, and he did turn the darker tone, so I put him up. So I had one person that reached on the day of my surgery. I had one person reached out to me. But actually, it was the day, I believe it was the same day or a day before the person reached out to me. And I had to let them know that, I have surgery. And I really didn't want to, I don't mind answering questions. And, when you put a reborn up for sale, you put all the description in, the information in the description. So they kept asking me about his skin tone. Was he darker? Was he lighter? And you know, and I tried to take pictures, you know, in bright sunlight because I had him by the window, and it was actually, matter of fact, I had him in the living room area where you can actually see it, you know, the door open, windows, and the sun was very bright, so you can get a good, uh, you know, get some good photos. But and they were just asking me questions, and so I let them know, yeah, it's a little darker, you know. Oh wow. And I actually put the price down too, y'all, cause when I don't, I ain't trying to get rich or nothing like that, but I put it at a reasonable price, and a real reasonable price. I'm gonna put it like that. But anyway, then the person come back. They want to see, could I hold him? I'm like, so I had reached back to them and I let them know, look, my surgery is today, and I have to, you know, talk to you later, because I was planning to know. And my husband was like, don't keep going back and forth, you know. And then they wanted me, not only that, they wanted me, they asking me how, what the lowest I can take on him. It's like the lowest, I'm the lowest, I put the lowest I could go. Because you know, when you buying a Claire Taylor kit, Bonnie Brown kits like that, they're a little expensive, okay? Because you're going to spend like a little over 100. Okay. Now with Bonnie for Babies, you can always get them on sale. You know, sometimes they have good sales. It ain't like the other ones, so you know you have to buy the kit like that. So I'm trying to, I put it at a reasonable price because I know I made some mistakes. That's the reason why I put it down. Because before, trust me, it wouldn't have been the price I put it there on. And then they wanted me to go lower on what I already had. I told my husband, don't worry. You ain't got to worry about it. I'm not going to go back and forth with this person. And because when the description, when I put the description down on a baby that I explained to them, you know, made a mistake trying to paint it, you know, and let them know what paint I use and all that. And when I put the price, I said firm, you know, I mean. But I told my husband this, it's okay. Because while the person is going back and forth with me, God gonna touch somebody, and somebody gonna buy him. Somebody gonna adopt him. While this person going back and forth with me, and I'm not responding, cause look, I had a full day on yesterday. I wasn't feeling well. I didn't have time to do all that. And my husband said, you know what? He said, wow, babe. I said, well, this what you know, some people go through, you know. I'm learning. Cause I learned that the hard way one time, y'all. I called myself trying to do a favor for someone, and trying to put the baby on hold. They never did get it. And I said, no, I won't do that again. And I was really upset about that. Cause the time you put things on hold, somebody else could have bought them, you know. So I learned that in the past not to do that. No, sir. So y'all take heed when and then I noticed, and I like to watch other people channel because they have good topic on buying and selling. So I'm learning a lot on that as well. And no, I ain't no professional painter. I'm still learning. I have a lot to learn. Yes, I have a lot to learn. Trust me. Is my baby's perfect? Nah, they ain't perfect. I make mistakes. So, but anyway, and So I had my surgery right on yesterday, and so the next day I know yesterday I say, well, I told my husband, because he had to go get his hair cut. So I told him I'm going to be home resting, after the surgery. I'm just going to be resting, resting my eyes and stuff like that. And y'all, I'm talking about resting. Little did I know, I noticed I had a message. I had a text, a notification. I made a sale. Didn't even know it. I'm like, what? Because I had already, took my shower and everything, and noticed I had made a sale. I was like, what? And what? Guess who had sold? Yeah, my Dwayne. Somebody else had adopted him. Yes. But no questions, no back and forth. Nothing like that. They just bought him. I told my husband said, babe, you spoke it. I was like, why these people right here question and want to talk about this and that? And I remember one of the aunties was saying most of the time when people are going back and forth with you talking about asking questions about the baby, this and that, they ain't gonna buy it. Talking about putting on hold. I'm sorry. I'm not putting no dogs on hold for nobody. I'm sorry. First come, first serve. Now, because there's a reason why I put him up. And I didn't know he was going to sell that fast, but my husband said, you spoke that, boo. I said, yeah, while this other person was questioning me, I said, Lord going to touch somebody heart, and they going to buy him. And sure enough. So I had already took my shower, y'all, and look, I went and I put on me a dress. I went and got a box. I keep boxes anyway because you never know when you have a sale. And you know what? I can leave him with this on because really, he don't need the pants. But like I said, it's so hot. It's really warm, but we have the AC on. But he really don't need it. But you know what? I'm just going to put it on. See how it look. He full now. He gone. He sleeping. So he gonna sleep good tonight. Yeah, since I'm doing a video, I might work on here and put it on him. It's a cute little sleeper. On here. Little set. He's so little. But yeah. Person, and you know what? And I don't have to put no socks. I ain't gonna put nothing on him. Look how cute that is. His little sleeper. He's so little. He's a little baby. He's a little newborn. You have the regular newborn size, and then you have a smaller newborn. He's the smaller newborn. But yeah, the person bought him, and like I say, I have boxes anyway. I'm always keeping boxes because you never know. And look, and the other blanket I showed, it was one I did in a giveaway, and I also had an extra one because I was gonna save it for one of the babies, but that came just in time because I was like, oh, I'm trying to sell on the baby. And I was like, good thing I had a blanket and it came with a lovey. So my husband say it's best for me to have it and have stuff like that on hand because you never know when a baby will sell. So I told him I'm gonna pick up some more, like maybe 2 more blankets just in case, and keep it on hand. Like I say, you never know. And didn't want to give none of my ones that I already have because most of the blankets I have is for the babies, that's in the nursery. Cause some either came with their blanket, in a box opening, or some that I bought and I wasn't trying to give them away. Yeah. I need to really put some. I need to redo his hair. Not redo it, but I see where I can add some more hair. I mean, he got a full head, but I can tell right in the top, right in there, I can add a little bit more hair. Yeah, yeah, to it. So yeah, Jalen looks so cute. Oh, sleepy baby. But yes, Dwayne had left the nursery, y'all. He on his way to his new mom. Yeah. So, and look, when I got that notification that I made a sale, y'all, I had to go get round up a box, get him ready. I took pictures, and look, look, I was supposed to be resting, but now I'm like this here. If I made a sale, I want to get it out so the person can have it. I don't, they give you, some days to get it out, but once I saw that notification, I told my husband, he just laughed. He said, I thought you was home resting. And he said, you actually went out. I said, yeah, look. I want to get baby boy out because I know when people waiting on something, they all excited for it. So, look, I be wanting my gifts too. You know what I'm saying? My package, especially if you waiting on a baby, you get all excited and you just waiting for it. So he was shipped off on yesterday. Yeah, so he's on his way. His mom. So I thank God for that. I truly do. And thank God for the person that adopted him. So I'm thankful for that. I really am. And that's Jalen, y'all. He looking so cute. Yes, he is. He looks so cute. Yes, he is. So anyway, we gonna get ready and go. I'm gonna continue to watch this movie, and thank y'all for listening to me rambling on. But I just wanted to share that with y'all about the sale. The things that I go through about um some people. But anyway, I'm like this here. First come, first serve. You want it. And I try to put it in the description the best way I can. Yes. So anyway, Red is not going anywhere. I did have her up, but I kept looking and I said, no, I'm going to keep Red. But I do want another Dwayne. Hopefully I can get another kit and do it. But right now, I'm all right. I'm all right. I did kind of like got a little emotional, but I was like, okay, I can't, sometimes you can't. I had to do what I had to do, but it was a good reason. All right, then, thank y'all for watching, subscribing to my channel. I'm gonna say good night. We gonna continue to rest, get some rest, so we can be ready, God's willing, tomorrow for church. And y'all have a blessed night, get some rest, and I hope everyone is feeling well, feeling their best. Take care of yourself. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. So thank y'all again for everything, for the beautiful comments for my birthday. So y'all, thank y'all again. God bless. Good night. Peace.